guys, we have a big breaking news coming out of Chicago. 5 gone, 8 wounded in weekend, you know what, across Chicago. My condolences and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. Now you understand why the commander is sending in the guards. It says here, US commander blast reporter about Chicago. We're not going to war. We're cleaning our cities. Now, reporter asks, are you ready to go to war with Chicago? That's very, very unprofessional to say, knowing that you are a journalist. Are you ready to go to war with Chicago? Why use the Department of Defense? The U.S. commander responded, be quiet. You don't listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean our cities so they don't take out 5 every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense. Guys, please try to understand. There's going to be families and friends that's going to cry once they go to their loved one's funeral. It needs to stop. That's the reason Donald is sending the guards, because stuff like this, again, the mayor and the gov has failed. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, the prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. The big question here is, a lot of people don't like what Donald is doing. You don't have to send the guards. So what do you suggest? How will you fix that problem? How will you, fix, stopping the trending of innocents being taken out? How do you stop it? It's a reason why we have military, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason why we have the soldiers. At least 5 taken out. 8 others have been impacted in weekend event across Chicago. The ages of these victims ranges from 15 to 44. 15. Again, that's still a baby. It says here, in the first, I'm going to skip the words here because of the platform. In the first, of the weekend, a 32 years old employee of a business in South Loop got into an argument with a 31 years old in the 1300 block of South Michigan Avenue around 9:30 p.m. on Friday. The argument turned physical, and the employee pulled out a gun, and 2 other men began struggling over the gun, which went off, and the 31 years old got hit in the head. Once again, paramedic treated that man at the scene, but he was pronounced gone. The 32 years old man was taken into custody and charges were pending as of Saturday morning. Around 11:50 p.m., police responded to St. Anthony Hospital after a 29 years old walked in with multiple gun shot wounds. The victim told the police he was driving in a 4000 block of West Lake Street when someone in a white SUV drove past and started, The victim was listed in critical condition. In other event from 5 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. It says here, event from Saturday at 1:08 a.m. in the 100, give me a second, 11100 block of South Ashland Avenue. A 34 years old man was outside when two men walked up and demanded his belongings. When he refused and started to walk away, one of the men, oh man, got him right in the right hip and right thigh, and the attacker took his property before running off. The victim was taken to University of Chicago in good condition. At 3:30 a.m. in the 5500 block of West End Avenue, a 31 years old was standing outside near a group of people involved in an argument when one of those people pulled out a gun and started, you know what. The victim was hit in the right forearm and was taken to the facility in good condition. At 3:36, guys, I've noticed a lot of this stuff happens like in early morning. I think it's good for people to stay home. At 3:46 a.m. in the 5500 block of West Thomas Street, officers responded to a call of a burglary in progress involving a vehicle. The three suspects got into a sedan and fled south on Waller Avenue before initially crashing into two marked CBD squad cars near Waller and Chicago Avenue. One officer was pinned inside there, you know what, and opened fire. Now, shooting one of the individuals who was taken to the facility where they were pronounced gone. One other suspect was cuffed at the scene, but a third suspect escaped. Police recovered a gun that the third suspect discarded at the scene. See what's going on here, guys? This is the reason why the commander wants to send in the guards. And where is the governor and mayor? I'm just saying, where's the governor? Governor! Where you at? Where's the governor? He's too busy paying attention to the commander instead of doing his own job. At 10:13 a.m., a man was outside in the 3000 block of West Polk Street when someone hit him multiple times. He was taken to the facility where he was pronounced gone. Police did not have any further detail on the circumstances of this event. At 10:49 a.m., a 42 years old was found inside a home in the 300 block of West 93rd Street with a gun shot wound to the body. He was pronounced gone at the scene. At 5:50 p.m., a 19-year-old man was in an alley behind the 800 block of West 34th Street in Bridgeport when he was struck by gun fire in a groin area. He was taken to the University of Chicago in critical condition. At 11:05 p.m., a 41-year-old man got into a quarrel with a man he knew in a home in the 6700 block of South Parnell Avenue. The second man took out a gun and hit the first man, who was struck once in the left groin and was taken to the university in critical condition. Man. Now we're going to go to Sunday. At 12:38 a.m., a 44-year-old woman was outside in the 2700 block of West Polk Street in East Garfield Park when a dark-colored sports utility vehicle went by and someone inside hit her in the leg. The woman was taken to the facility in good condition. At 1:30 a.m., a 15-year-old 1:30 a.m. Man, you got a young one out there. 1:30 a.m. was outside in the 900 block of West 111th Street in Morgan Park when he heard, you know what, fired and felt pain. He had been hit in the left foot and he self-transported to OSF Little Company of Mary Medical Center, where he was in good condition. At 3:30 a.m., a 17 years old, 3:30 a.m., can you believe that? Was a passenger in a vehicle stopped at a traffic light in a 700 block of South Wells Street, near Polk Street, when a man took out a gun and fired multiple at the car. The victim was hit in the right arm, and was taken to the facility in good condition. At 5:30 a.m., a 26 years old was found with a gun shot wound to the upper body near the 35th Anchors Chicago Transit Authority Orange Line stop in the 3500 block of South Levette Street. Police said the man was pronounced gone at the scene. Unless otherwise noted, no one was in custody. No one was in custody. Look at that. No one was in custody in the event above. How do you fix this? I mean, how do you fix this? Yesterday, there were people that came from Vermont to D.C. with flyers. We need to stop the National Guard. They can get them out of here. For what? So stuff like this could go on? Is this what people want? Is this what people want? I'm trying to figure that out. You know, the Bible says in the end time, there will be many lawlessness. There will be many lawlessness. See, the world that I come from, lawlessness must be stopped, not go on. Very dark times that we are living here. Very dark times. My condolences and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. Please pray for the people out there in Chicago, but pray for a lot of people. Pray for me and I'll pray for you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.